Salvete discipuli. We're taking a look at
Salvete discipuli. Alright, I'm still working out the kinks, but that was a pretty sweet intro. Alright, looking at lesson 56 here. We're going to have some really quick grammar. This video is probably going to be almost certainly going to be under 10 minutes long. You do need to take some notes, but frankly, there's not a lot of notes you'll have to take. Alright, we'll start with number 1. Notice that's Roman numeral number 1. I've really stepped it up for this lesson. So we've got a sentence. Licet mihi ire ad latrinam. Hey! You guys have heard that sentence before. Alright, this is a sentence that I've always hoped you'd produce when you want to go to the bathroom. Okay? Here's what's going on in this sentence. We have here what's called an impersonal verb. In this verb, licet. Okay? It's an impersonal verb. What does that mean? That means that it doesn't really truly have a subject. Or at least it doesn't have a person as a subject. Hence, impersonal verb. There is no person as a subject. Okay? You'll notice it's third person singular. So if there's no person as a subject, but it's third person singular, how do you think we're going to translate it? What do you think we're going to choose as its subject? That's right, the word it. Okay? That's what this is all about. These special verbs that are impersonal verbs that are going to have a subject of it. That's it. Alright? So, licet, the word itself means it is allowed. We get the English word license from this, right? If you have a license, you're allowed to do something. Here, of course, it's in a yes-no question. Alright? So this says, is it allowed, mihi, for me, to go, there's the infinitive, to the bathroom? Is it allowed for me to go to the bathroom? Here's our impersonal verb. It's third person singular. I translate it as it. Okay? Translate the subject as it. Number 2, once again, Roman numerals. I've outdone myself. Discipulos libros legere oportuit. Here's your main verb. Once again, we have an infinitive. Okay? And then, of course, these two are accusative over here. Oportuit is another impersonal verb. Okay? In the present tense, it looks like oportet. This is the perfect tense, oportuit. Once again, notice that it has a third person singular ending, but it's an impersonal verb, so what's going to be our subject, people? That's right, it. So this literally says, it was necessary that the students, it was necessary the students to read the books. Okay, we would turn this into an indirect statement, right? It was necessary that the students read the books. All right, or another way to translate this is you could say the students ought to read the books. So you can kind of turn it around like that. But literally, it was necessary the students to read the books. Okay, so there's 2 impersonal verbs. All right. Now, we'll get another sentence, number 3. Accidit ut milites pugnarent. Okay, you've actually seen this before. Okay, we've got the verb accidit. We've got another verb, pugnarent, in the subjunctive. 2 verbs, 2 clauses. Boom, I'm going to divide it right there. Accidit is your impersonal verb. It's third person singular. Alright, but it's not going to have a person as a subject, so we'll say it. Remember, accidents happen. This word means happen. It happened that the soldiers were fighting. Okay? It happened that the soldiers were fighting. Milites over here is going to be nominative. Alright, so there we go. We got 3 impersonal verbs there. Alright, I'm going to pause at this point. What I want you to take notes on are these 3 impersonal verbs. Licet, licere, licuit. Alright, just know the licet part for now. That's good enough. Licet means it is allowed or it is permitted. Oportet means it is necessary. Accidit means it happens. Now notice that licet, oportet, and accidit, all impersonal verbs, lead to different kind of constructions afterwards. Liket led to an infinitive and a dative, right? It is allowed for me to go. Oportet led to an accusative infinitive type construction, sort of like an indirect statement, if you will. Akidit led to a subjunctive phrase, right? Ut plus a subjunctive. So they lead to different things, but they're still similar type of verbs, right? They're still impersonal verbs. All right? Let's try, I think we have one or two more sentences. Magistro cum discipulis pugnare licuit. Okay, so here we have our impersonal verb licuit. Note the infinitive. Okay, and note the dative. All right, remember, liket takes an infinitive and a dative. So the subject of this impersonal verb, all right, it was allowed. Go to our dative, for the teacher. Go to our infinitive, to fight, cum discipulis, with the students. It was allowed for the teacher to fight with the students. Oh, if only it were true. Then we come to number 5, and I've actually snuck in another impersonal verb, which is kind of mean, but there it is. So you'll have to add one more to your notes. I apologize. I add one more to your notes. Non convenit eos perturbare nos. Okay, we've got accusatives in eos and accusatives in nos. All right, so convenit, you can probably guess on what this word means. It means it is convenient. Again, impersonal verb, we make the subject it. So this says non convenit, it is not convenient. And then you can see what comes after. Kind of like oportet, you end up with an accusative infinitive construction, like an indirect statement, if you will. Same thing down here. It is not convenient that they perturb or disturb us. It is not convenient that they disturb us. Okay, so there's your first exposure. Make sure you have liket, oportet, akidit, and convenit in your notes. It is allowed, it is necessary, it happens, it is convenient. And know what comes after. Liket is dative and infinitive. Oportet and convenit lead to accusative infinitive. And akidit leads to a subjunctive phrase. All right, and that is all. Waleta.